All right, first, before we get to the basketball and important stuff, we want to send like our thoughts, prayers, all that stuff. It's stuff going on in Los Angeles. Obviously, I had a chance to live out there for 3 years. So where I lived, which is in the Calabasas area, last time I saw it, just under evacuation warning. So it's still able to be in place, but many people I worked with, many people that my daughters went to school with, participated in sports with, people that my wife interacted with have been displaced. Some have. Even a very good friend of mine completely lost his house. So people say all the time, like, I can't imagine that. Like, I don't even want to try to imagine that. The devastation that's going on out there, and having lived there for 3 years and visiting places and eating in establishments and visiting different areas that are just like non-existent now. Like the destruction out there is can't even fathom it. So thoughts are with the people out there. But as far as this game, I thought the first half was as intentional and as purposeful as we've played on both ends of the court. Like, I thought we executed offensively and attacked in the way that we wanted. I thought defensively we followed a game plan with urgency and intensity that put us in a position to win the game. Obviously, the halftime score was what it was. We got to be able to come out of halftime better. We got stalled out there a little bit, got a little bit, their little matchup zone little thing that they did stalled us a little bit. We didn't do a great job of attacking that early once we settled in and got what we wanted. I thought our defensive intensity picked up again. But we got to just be more disciplined in executing, especially as the game wears on in the second half. But I thought overall that was a very good performance by our guys. Whenever you can, shoot as efficiently as we did overall, score 91 points and to hold them under 70 is quite a feat. And so very pleased with our effort. So go ahead. You
talk about the energy in the first half. If you guys can sustain that for game after game, what is the ceiling for this team?
I never put a ceiling on a team. I mean, I just know. I mean, why? I do think, like I mentioned it after the Kent State game. I think when we put a half together like that, because I don't think there were any performances individually where that were out of the ordinary. Like, it's not like you got a guy that just goes and bangs 7 threes in a half and just goes bonkers. Like, it was just us, being us. And like I said, after Kent State, there were some glimpses, and we saw it again today of what I envisioned this team being when we put it together. The challenge, which is a huge challenge for everybody and us, is, okay, that's great, do it again. And do it again. And I thought we bounced back from Kent State, and I thought our effort was pretty good against Miami, but we had some mental breakdowns that cost us the game in the second half. So we had a few of those things creep up again today. So just can we get more consistent in our overall attention to detail, accompanied with the effort to be able to win games.
And then Mickey Payton, 6 guys in double figures. I mean, what has to happen for that to happen for you guys?
We're just finding the rhythm on offense, sharing the ball with each other. It's fun when we're all, scoring points and getting stops on defense. It's just fun to group to play with. So.
Yeah, good ball movement tonight. I feel like we got stops that let us get out, transition, attack the offensive glass as well. So it's fun playing like that.
Yeah, and then Coach, in the first 15 minutes of the game, you guys forced 9 turnovers. You talked about the defense before. In that first half, kind of what was working on defense?
Well, our activity was good. Our energy level was high. Our hands were active. We chart deflections, and it's on my board, so I know where we are. And we were on pace. At the first media timeout, we were on pace to hit a number that you're not going to lose. I've never seen a loss with a number that we were trying to reach. And then it dropped for the next 2, and then it picked back up. And now, second half, we didn't have near that type of activity, and that's the challenge of becoming a good team, or what you used to call what our ceiling is. Like, we've got to be able to do that for 40 minutes, because I think we have some guys, and we got deficiencies, but we got an overall team that, when they're locked in, can be very solid defensively.
Yeah, Mickey, I think we talked about it yesterday at practice. You were kind of all over the place today on offense, defense, whether it's at the rim, shooting. What kind of was the mindset coming into this game?
I mean, I know I had a big assignment on one of their players, so I was just trying to stay locked in on defense. I think that just kind of helped me overall in the game, just my mind and just being in the game, staying in the moment.
And then Peyton, back-to-back double-doubles. You had another one tonight. What have you been working on the last week in practice to see back-to-back double-doubles?
Just trying to be dominant, just trying to set the tone on, the glass, or just in the post, or just trying to help my team in the best way, and just trying to be dominant is what I try to be.
Yeah.
So Peyton, you were 100% from the free throw line today. You want to talk about that?
No, I'm good. It's a good day.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So I've got to ask him about that double-double there. Is that what you expected, bringing him back, I'm assuming, to get double-doubles?
Yeah. I didn't bring you back here for funsies. No, like we've talked about it all the time, man. What this guy, what he means to the university, right? For one, what he means to the community because of who he was when he was here. Not only the player, but just, you move around the community and how many people are like, hey, they come up to me. I saw Peyton here. I saw Peyton there. Like they just love him, right? And so, if he wasn't that person, we wouldn't have brought him back. But when you combine that type of person with what he can provide as a player, and then the work that he's done and the growth that he's had from the beginning of the season to here, like his progression has kind of mimicked our team's progression. So he gets better and better. Our team is getting better, and we just got to continue to have the right approach and the right mindset to compete on a nightly basis. Now, some nights are going to go our way, some nights aren't, but do we have the mental toughness and discipline to continue to compete?
Yeah, I know, a good win, but what did you see from this game that you still want these guys to work on?
Just overall growth. The coach is never satisfied till the season's over and you sit back and you evaluate the whole picture, right? But there's a lot of good to take from this, and then there's going to be some breakdowns, particularly in the second half on the defensive end. And then some execution things on offense there in that little, 6 to 8 minute window that we have to clean up. And so we'll attack that tomorrow, and then we'll start preparing for Ohio.
That's all I got, guys.
All right. Thank you.